Okay, well I've been asked by a few of the young lads how to wire up old-fashioned cars, you know, with just a point and coil. So I thought, right, I've told one or two, and I thought, well, I'll make a video, and I've just made this up. Yeah, I've gone over the top, but just to show you, because it's so simple, it really is. So we'll just show you. All you have to do, now remember these lads, these lads can no doubt wire up a modern car. They say, oh well, you just plug the ECU in here and you take the coil packs and they go in here and so on. But of course, like everything in life, if you don't know, it's impossible. So all you have to do, you get, that's positive. If you see that, let me just zoom out a sec. Right, that's positive and that's negative. They're your battery. So you take a wire from the battery, positive wire, to a switch, and a simple toggle switch will do. I'm using this one because I have it. It's just a simple toggle switch, that's all. And then you take a wire, your coil by the way, and then you take a wire from the switch to the coil, right? Now on the coil it will be marked, and it will either be marked CB for contact breaker and SW for switch. Now hang on, let me get a light so you can see that. Right, hope it's not too bright this, but that up there says SW, I think you can see it. On that side, I'm going the wrong place, look, CB for contact breaker. Right, so that's all you need to know. It's very simple. Sometimes they might have a positive and negative. Now for the sake of this argument, we're saying the car's negative earth because they normally are. So the car chassis is the negative wire, that's the black wire, there. So all you have to do, you take a wire from the positive of the battery to a switch. You take a positive wire from the switch to the SW side or the positive side of the coil. You take a wire from the CB side or the negative side to the points there. You also must have a condenser on, and that's it. It's simple. There are only 3 wires. So what I'm going to do is just pop them on. You now know what you need to know, right? You don't need to know anything else, but for the sake of the video, I'll hopefully make it a tiny bit more interesting. I'll zoom in slightly. I'll put the wires on, I'll put a plug on it and a light and messed about, you know how it is. So we take the positive wire from the battery to a switch. We take the switch wire, which is the positive wire, to the switch side of the coil. Then you take the CB side to the contact breakers, and it must have a condenser on it. So we put that on there, and that's it. I mean, it is that simple. It really honestly is. So at this point, you've learnt what you want, so you can stop watching. Anyway, I'm just going to have a play now. So, why doesn't that work? Let's try that one. Now, there's different types of contact breakers, or points as they're known. They sit inside the distributor, of course. There we are. Right. And the coil wire on this, normally the middle wire, normally goes to the middle of the distributor cap, but in this case I'm going straight to a plug. So that's that. So what I'm going to do, I'll just put it on. Oh, and I've added an ignition light there. So we'll just put it on and see if it works. Did actually work in rehearsal. I had it done now. Things never do they? Right. On there. I'm just using jump leads instead of, you can wire direct to the battery obviously. But to keep it on the floor and out of the way, I'm doing that. I'm doing it in my kitchen, have you noticed? You're doing your kitchen. Can you use your kitchen as a workshop? I bet you get in trouble. Right. So we'll see. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But that's it. Right. That works. And yes, we've got spark. Right, I'm just going to show you this and tell you what's happening a little bit. And this is the bit, as I say, you don't need to know this. This is the waffle, but I've done it quickly and simply so you know how to wire it up. Right. See that hook? Good spark. Now all the points are there is a switch. Right, so it's a mechanically operated switch, so when the distributor cam goes round and opens at the right time, you can hear the spark. Now if I put that there, it switches the coil off, so there is no spark, but the ignition light stops on. Cause it's a switch off a light switch. I think it's off a Mini or something, I'm not sure. Anyway, that's how it works. And you need a condenser on it because a condenser is like a rechargeable battery and it discharges and it makes the spark a lot quicker. That's what actually happens. So when it's on, oh, I've got my hand in the way, sorry about that. Right. You can't actually see the spark at the point at the moment. But if I took the condenser off, in fact I could do that, there will be quite a big spark, so that's how you know if the condenser's gone. But that's important, so it's just shorted between live and earth. That's all it is. So there you are. Anyway, hope you find it a tiny bit interesting, very short video. God, it looks complicated. Yeah, I've gone to miles too much trouble, haven't I? I've made a bracket for the plug, see, I had to put the plug in. Got the wire. Top of the coil, these old coils are supposed to have a screw that goes in, but I haven't got it. I've looked all over for it. I can't find it. Anyway, and the wire goes through and there should be a little washer on the bottom. The later coils just pressed in, some of the later ones. So I think that's all you need now. So as I say, it looks complicated, but I mean, blooming heck, it's 1,000 times simpler than modern cars, isn't it? And they can do it off the back of the hand. But just in case anyone wanted to know, you know, I thought it might be a tiny bit of interest. And so it's kept me amused for a day or two. Look, I've got an ignition light and it works. You can actually hear it and see it. If I turn the light out, you might see it better. And the thing is, by the way, no, you can see it very well there. Thing is, if you've got any engine, any single cylinder engine or motorbike engine, anything at all, and you've got a problem with the ignition system, it don't work, you can just get the point and wire it up like this and chuck a coil and battery on and it'll work. I've done it in the past. So there we are. Right, that's enough I think. Bye.